We've seen some crazy records happen in the last year. We've been covering the Hot 10 for over a year straight. Yeah, you're welcome, Comic Fam. Hit the subscribe button. But we've had some monster blue chip records that you can't forget about. And I suspect we are seeing less of these happen, and we will begin to see less of these take place online now that the convention scene has started back up again. Gem, let's hit them with some of these mind-bending, explosive blue chip sales that we've reported on.
Let's start off with Marvel Spotlight issue 5, the first appearance of Ghost Rider in a 9.8, of which there are only 4 in existence. Back in 2016, this book sold for $48,000. In 2013, it sold for $13,000, but now in June of 2021, it sold for $264,000.
Journey into Mystery, annual number 1, the first Hercules and Zeus, graded at 9.8. We saw this past year the only 9.8 copy in existence to sell, last selling back in 2003. That's right, 17 plus years ago for $6,075. In February of this year, selling for $73K.
Then we got Batman 181, the first appearance of Poison Ivy, graded in a 9.8. There are only 3 of them in existence. Back in 2011, this book sold for $13,500. In 2014, it took a little bit of a dip and sold for $11,000. But in November of 2020, it sold for $90K.
Silver Surfer 3, the first appearance of Mephisto at 9.8, only 8 in existence. Prior record was for $5,700 back in 2011. November 2020, selling for $38,000.
Daredevil 1, a book that we championed on this very channel, in a 9.8. There's only 2 of them. Sold for $250,000 in March of this year with no prior records.
X-Men number 1, graded at 9.8, only 2 in existence. Back in 2011, selling for $200,000. 2013 for $250,000. Then June 2021, selling for an all-new record of $807,000.
Sheesh. The first appearance of Blade, Tomb of Dracula 10 in a 9.9. There's only 1 in existence. The book sold for $4,370 back in 2005, and that very same book in June of 2020 sold for $29,000.
Are you seeing the blue chip effect here yet, Comic Fam? Fantastic Four number 1, graded at 9.0, only 10 in existence. Prior record back in 2017 was $161,000. As of April 2021, new high at $264K.
And now, finally showing some DC love, we have Detective Comics 359, the first appearance of Barbara Gordon as Batgirl. There are only 4 9.8s in existence, and back in 2014, this book sold for $18,250. In January of this year, 2021, it sold for $132,000.
Then we have Amazing Spider-Man issue number 3, the first appearance of Dr. Octopus, Otto Octavius in 9.8. Only 2 in existence with no prior recording of a 9.8 sale to date as of November 2020, setting the high price at $115,000. I have to hear the community's thoughts about this. Does this give you some perspective of why the market has pushed forward as much as it had in the last year? I hope it has. And as always,
geek responsibly and stay minty fresh.
Enough said.